When the trip ended, Amara returned to Nigeria carrying $18,000. $2,000 had been deducted for what the hosts described as poor cooperation. The money solved problems instantly. She paid her rent 6 months in advance, bought a brand new smartphone, purchased wigs, dresses, and accessories she had admired for years. She upgraded her apartment and began posting carefully curated photos online. Her followers increased rapidly. Compliments poured in like rainfall. "You're glowing. Teach me your secret. God has remembered you." Amara smiled in every picture, but her smiles felt rehearsed, like lines from a script she didn't write. 2 weeks later, her body began rebelling. It started with mild stomach discomfort she dismissed as food poisoning. Soon, the pain intensified into constant cramps that twisted through her abdomen like sharp wires. She began experiencing relentless diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting that left her too weak to stand. Her friends urged her to visit a hospital. Doctors conducted tests that stretched across several days. Blood samples, scans, stool analysis, questions about her recent travel history. The results alarmed them. Severe bacterial infection had entered her bloodstream. Dangerous intestinal parasites were feeding inside her digestive system. Her immune system was struggling to fight back. Doctors asked direct questions about possible exposure sources. Amara remained silent. Shame felt heavier than illness. Hospital nights stretched endlessly. Machines beeped rhythmically beside her bed. White ceilings stared down at her like blank pages she wished she could rewrite. Pain medication dulled her physical suffering, but her memories remained sharp. She replayed every moment leading to that trip. Every warning she ignored. Every justification she whispered to herself. Visitors came occasionally, friends curious about her sudden illness. She lied easily, blaming contaminated food during travel. Lena never visited. In fact, Lena stopped responding to her messages entirely. That silence hurt more than betrayal. It confirmed what Amara feared. She had been disposable. Recovery took months. Physically, she improved slowly with medication and strict diet control. Socially, her life flourished online. Her Instagram transformed into a highlight reel of parties, luxury shopping, and filtered happiness. Strangers admired her lifestyle. Some girls messaged her privately asking how she achieved such success so quickly. Each message stabbed guilt deeper into her chest. She wanted to warn them. She wanted to confess everything. But fear sealed her honesty. Fear of judgment. Fear of losing her carefully rebuilt image. Fear of confronting her own reflection. So she posted another smiling photo instead. Sleep became Amara's greatest enemy. Night after night, she lay awake listening to invisible echoes inside her mind. Memories resurfaced without warning. The laughter, the helplessness, the moment she realized money had demanded more than she understood. She began avoiding mirrors entirely. On nights when she couldn't escape her thoughts, she sat on the floor hugging her knees, whispering apologies to the younger version of herself who believed dreams could never harm her. One evening, while preparing for another social event, Amara accidentally dropped her makeup brush. It rolled across the floor and stopped near her cracked mirror. She bent down to pick it up and caught her reflection. For the first time in months, she truly looked at herself. Not the makeup, not the wig, not the designer clothes. She saw exhaustion behind her eyes. She saw someone performing happiness instead of living it. Her chest tightened. Tears blurred her vision. She slid down against the wall and cried harder than she had since childhood. The money around her suddenly felt meaningless. Months later, Amara sat at her dressing table again, staring at that same cracked mirror. The silence inside her apartment felt familiar now, almost comforting. She opened her laptop slowly and began typing. Not for attention. Not for sympathy. Not for redemption. She typed because silence had become heavier than truth. She wrote about desperation. About illusions sold by social media. About the hidden cost behind glamorous lifestyles that often hid darkness behind filtered photos. She changed names. She removed locations. She hid identities. But she left the truth intact. Amara doesn't know what will happen after her story reaches the world. Maybe people will judge her. Maybe they will ignore her. Maybe they will believe her. But she writes for one specific person. Somewhere, another girl is scrolling through Instagram late at night. She is admiring someone else's luxury life, whispering the same words Amara once whispered. God, when will it be my turn? Amara hopes her story reaches that girl before temptation does. Because she has learned something the hard way. Sometimes poverty tests patience. But false luxury tests your soul. And sometimes, the price of velvet dreams is far more painful than living without them.